ponder this. If the Gospels had in fact been originally published with no titles, and they circulated for 100 years throughout the Roman Empire, then how did the scribes at the end of the 2nd century, writing in Egypt and Gaul and Italy and Asia Minor, how did they all know to ascribe the exact same titles to the same books? Why don't we have discrepancies? In other words, the same book being attributed by some scribes to Matthew and some to Peter and that kind of thing. How do we end up with unanimous ascriptions to Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John? That's a problem. Why is there no trace of this original anonymity in any of these titles? And this becomes really clear when you compare, for example, the manuscripts for the Gospels with one book in the New Testament that actually is anonymous. And that's the letter to the Hebrews. The letter to the Hebrews, right? Unlike the other books in the New Testament, Hebrews just has a title that says to the Hebrews, and nowhere in the text or the title does it identify the author. Now, traditionally, the book has been believed to be attributed to Paul. But again, as I show in the case for Jesus, when you look at the manuscripts for Hebrews, what you'll find is actual anonymous copies and discrepancies. As some scribes start to say, well, Paul wrote it, and then another scribe will say, well, Paul wrote it through Timothy, and other church fathers will say, no, Barnabas wrote it, and then some will say Paul wrote it in Hebrew, and then Luke translated it. In other words, there's what? A diversity of opinion because the book is actually anonymous. But that's precisely what we don't have with any one of the 4 Gospels. As we'll see in our next session, the ancient Christians are completely unanimous that Matthew was written by Matthew, Mark was written by Mark, Luke by Luke, and John by John.